Hey folks, welcome back to another Dice Tower preview. I'm Mark, and today we're taking a look at Majesty of Dragons, which is a self-published title. It's for 2 players, ages 12 and up, and games generally run about 15 to 45 minutes. Dragons, the most majestic and almighty of all creatures, but also the proudest. They can't be tamed, they can't be enslaved, and they are constantly competing with others of their kind for new territories and land. They are the true kings of the world, and they are commonly worshipped as deities. However, only a dragon master can speak the tongue of dragons, make them work together, and use their powers to dominate the world. As Dragon Master, you will have the ability to make the dragons fight for you. But the proud and greedy dragons want a generous and sometimes exorbitant offering in return. Gold, treasures, sacrifice, sometimes the wealth of an entire city, or just ancient magic knowledge. All what a dragon can desire is considered tribute. Make the highest offering to a dragon and it will join you in your conquest. You will need to create an army of these dragons and try to achieve one of the 5 victory conditions to be named the Ultimate Dragon Master. So yes, there are 5 different ways you can win this game. Let's talk about them briefly. First, we have domination. This is probably the main way that you're going to be winning mostly. Now, you have dragon rage tokens, and as you engage in battle and eliminate dragons, you'll gain these tokens. You need 5 of them in order to win. If you ever enter into combat with your fellow player and they don't have any dragons, you'll gain 3 of those. Secondly, another way to win is with majesty points. Now, each of the dragons on their card will have a different dragon head. It'll have either a copper, silver, or gold. There are point values that are worth 1, 2, or 3, and you need 20 of these to win the game, so that's another way. And then we have Nemesis. Now, there are Nemesis dragons. There'll be a big N at the top of that dragon card. And if you ever collect 5 Nemesis dragons, well, you're gonna win. Also, you can win by wealth. If you get 30 tributes at any one time, you can say, forget the dragons, I'm just gonna run away with my money and win the game. And then finally, there's sudden death. If you ever run out of deck of cards of the dragons, then you're gonna just total up your different majesty points between the 2 dragon sides, and whoever has the most is going to win the game. So as you can see, there's a multitude of ways to win this game, either with points or set collection, gathering wealth in the form of tribute, or just conquering dragons, going after those dragon rage tokens, and that really is kind of the heart of the game as you're battling back and forth. So these tribute tokens are your currency in the game. You're going to be using these to convince dragons to come battle on your side. Now, all the dragons you'll see at the bottom of the card have a minimum number of tribute they need, but your opponent can outbid you, and you can go back and forth until one player passes and you're going to gather that card and that dragon for your side to battle with. So tribute is key. Now there's all kinds of cards in the game that can help aid you and get you more tribute. At the start of a round, you're going to get 4 tribute, but you've got Dragon Quest cards that can augment that. You've got progress cards that you can buy, can also augment that, as well as Dragon Lords. So there's a lot of different ways to gain these tribute tokens in order to make you more powerful. So to kick things off, you're first going to be drawing a dragon card, and whoever draws the most powerful dragon will be the first player. But each player is going to get 6 Dragon Quest cards. You'll get to keep 4, and you'll return the other 2 to the deck, and then each player is also going to get a Dragon Lord. Now, these cards again are going to augment a lot of what you're doing, and this is what's really nice too about all the cards. The Dragon Quest cards, the Dragon Lord cards, and the Progress cards all are very self-explanatory. The card explains exactly what it does and how it works. You don't really have to ever consult the rule book for these types of things. It's very, very clear as you move through the course of the game. So there are 4 different types of dragons that you'll be acquiring through the course of the game. Now they all have varying stats and so forth, but there are 4 main types. You've got red ones, which are Chaos Dragons. And in battle, if there's a tie, Chaos Dragons always win. And then you've got green dragons, which are Primordial. They will always give you a +1 for tribute. And then you have purple dragons, which are Majesty Dragons. And they always give you a +1 for your overall Majesty total. And then you have just neutral dragons, and they don't really do anything special. Oh, and of course, there's the Nemesis Dragons, but it could be any number of those different types. Nemesis Dragons have the big N at the top, and again, another way to win the game. So at the start of the round, you're going to get 4 tribute. And again, that can all be augmented by dragons, by progress, by your cards that you have in hand for the quests that you're trying to do, and by the Dragon Lords that you have. So you want to accumulate all your tokens right up front, because you're going to be moving in and trying to bribe these dragons to work for you. So every turn or every round of the game has 3 phases. First, we have the offering phase, where you're trying to summon dragons. Now, it is a bidding war as well. So you'll be placing your tribute below the dragon you want to acquire. You have to get the minimum amount that they want, but your opponent can then up the ante, and you can go back and forth this way until you both finally pass and you acquire the dragons. Whoever didn't get the dragon will then get their tokens back, but you will spend those tokens if you acquire a dragon and put it in your row. And of course, not every dragon you try to summon will be in a bidding war. In that case, you just spin the tribute and gather the card. Now, you can only have 5 dragons in your army at any one time, but you can swap them out through the course of the game, getting bigger and more powerful dragons. Then the second phase of the round is the combat phase, where you can choose to spend 2 tribute to move into battle. You have to use your entire dragon army to do this. You move it in, you place it into your opponent's area, so to say, and then they can choose how they pair up their dragons against yours. It's just a stat comparison at this point, and whoever has the highest valued dragon in each of the battles will win, and the other dragon is destroyed and moved to the discard pile. And if it's a tie, then it's just a stalemate, and neither dragon is destroyed or removed, unless one of those dragons is a Chaos Dragon. Again, Chaos Dragons always win ties. Then you might run into instances too where there's more dragons on one side than the other, and in that case, the dragons can start to team up and add their point values to that battle where it might be needed. So it is this interesting back and forth as you try to remove dragons, and of course your goal here is to win those battles so you can gather those dragon rage tokens in order to win the game by getting 5. And then the final phase of the round is the progress phase, where if you've saved tribute tokens, you have enough left over where you can purchase the different progress cards, or you can summon more Dragon Lords. Now, the Dragon Lords are going to be dependent on the time tokens. However many time tokens there are, that's how much you'll need in tribute to recruit those. But again, every end of the round, those timers are going to start to whittle down. So Dragon Lords will get cheaper and cheaper as time goes on. But those progress cards are fantastic because they have a lot of ongoing effects. Some have instantaneous effects where you can do a slay or summoning circle. Those will get used and then you'll keep them, but they're not an ongoing effect. But I really like these cards for their ongoing effects, like the Dragon Tree here, where it gives you an ongoing benefit of getting more tribute per turn. So these cards are very valuable. Do not neglect them through the course of the game, because they will just help make you bigger and more powerful as you move through. And really, you hope through the course of the game that you've used one of the multitude of ways to win. But I love the domination game, going after those tokens. All right, folks, just a reminder once again, this has been a Dice Tower paid preview, and everything you've seen here has been in prototype form. So keep a close eye on the campaign for any changes that still may occur. Now, first and foremost, you just have to take a look at these cards. The amazing, beautiful artwork across the board. So nice, just a definite showcase piece on the table. I love that aspect, and of course, it's dragons. How cool is that? But the thing is that so many multitude of cards and different types of Dragon Lords that do so many different things that really can change up the game every time you play. And again, those progress cards, and not neglecting the Dragon Quest, getting more of those tribute tokens as you move through the course of the game, and getting the best possible dragon army you can put together. But folks, ultimately, if this looks like something of interest to you, I'm sure they'd appreciate your support. So I think that's it from me, and until next time, we'll see you at the table.